Silverbacks. We love you.
To take place until midnight. This is live. All right, we've got another band coming in the studio. Come on in, come on in. Yeah, gather round. I'm going to have y'all share this microphone and pass to spokesperson. All right, this is the band Sevigh. And are you Denton?
Yeah.
Okay, speak into the mic.
Yeah.
Speak into the mic.
Yeah,
okay.
we're all in Denton. We live pretty close by here, actually. Yeah.
Oh my gosh! So
for our next EP.
Okay, well,
yeah.
special request. We'd like that. How long has Sevigh been a band?
I'm about 2.5 years now.
Oh my gosh.
I think we played our first show in December 2023. It was a house show at his old place.
Okay, is that the video I saw?
It might have been. Yeah, I'm
It was
pretty
really
bad
cool.
at
It was like
uploading
a door
videos.
frame.
Yeah, in the kitchen.
You were perfectly spaced, and the song was super cool. Are you going to play that song tonight?
We're going to be playing some new stuff tonight, except for one. We're going to do one that came out in the last EP,
Okay.
but the rest is new.
Who packs the car with gear?
I think we all chip in there. Yeah,
Okay.
I try.
Who you are?
Sure. I'm Lauren.
I'm Warren.
Hi, Warren.
I'm Avery.
Hi, Avery.
Gabe.
Hi, Gabe.
I'm Joey.
Hi, Joey. Welcome in. All right. So, upcoming shows. Where are they taking place? Which city?
Our next show is this Monday at Rubber Gloves. It's a little indie rock night.
All right.
Plus some good bands playing. Pretty excited for that.
Are you going to be in the big room or the rubber room or outside?
I'm actually not. That's a great question.
I never
I'm
know.
not sure.
I never know. But I like that question because I like all of those stages. That?
Sure. I think some of I have pretty much the same music taste as my mom. I think that's where a lot of my musical influences
Very rare.
came from.
Okay.
So I love a lot of like new wave, and I love and like kind of the 80s college rock
you got a
kind of
cool
thing.
mom. All
I
right.
do.
Good
She's
job,
awesome. She's
Mom.
very, very cool. And so I love like Elvis Costello and
Okay.
Breeders, Pixies, stuff
I
like
love
that.
that.
And then some like newer people I've been influenced by are like Wednesday. I'm Jay Lenderman and Mama. They're some of my favorites.
Awesome. Okay. And maybe you could tell us a little bit about your instrumentation before we see you perform.
Sure.
What instruments do y'all play?
I sing and play guitar sometimes, and then Warren also plays guitar.
Cool.
Avery plays guitar.
Oh my gosh, 3 guitars?
Gabe plays bass,
Wow.
and Joy plays drums.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, so maybe pick a new song and tell us a little bit about the inspiration for that song. That's an annoying question, but I'm a musician and I get asked that question a lot. So I'm going to toss that over to you.
Sure. One of the songs we're doing today, it's called Humor Me. And I guess I tend to write usually coming from just a specific moment in time. Usually it's not like a general thing I've been going through, and I don't know, and I just try to get very invested in that moment and how I was feeling, or just the I don't know, the setting, I guess. And but musically, that song, I was listening to a little bit of Smashing Pumpkins, and I guess dynamically I was going for like a Pixies vibe.
Okay.
Quiet,
do you
loud,
start
quiet,
with
loud.
some chord progressions or do you start with the lyrics?
I usually start with, it's kind of all happens at the same time, I would say usually. But usually like lyrics and melody first, and then I figure out the chords later. But lately I've been writing with more guitar first kind of stuff. I'm working on it.
Okay. Well, I love that. Everyone writes totally differently. And I like to know how people are doing that. Okay, another question I have for you is, with your own bones, what was the first album you purchased? And what medium?
I think the first album I purchased was London Calling on iTunes. Yeah.
On iTunes. Wow, I feel old. All right. Okay. Want to pass the mic around?
Yeah.
I want to hear everyone's answer for that one.
Can you repeat the question, please?
Okay,
I'm
with
so
your
sorry.
own financial situation,
Yeah.
what album did you first purchase and what medium? Think back. It was many moons ago.
My own money?
Yeah.
I don't know.
You don't know.
I don't
You're
know.
just swimming in music. It's just happening around you.
I have no idea.
I'm
You
for
can come
that.
back to me, though.
Okay, I just think that's a completely plausible answer, so I'm going to go with that. All right, up next.
I don't know. I was like very much a child of the streaming age, like
Okay.
all of us. I can't
Amazing.
remember like buying an album like with my own money,
Okay.
I guess. But like
But
I
like
do remember
clicking, deciding,
I remember
downloading.
So I remember seeing in like my parents' like CD collection, there was this I think it was the self-titled First Rage Against the Machine
Okay.
album, and I was like, this is gonna be mine. So I
Yeah.
guess if I'm shopping like
Okay.
from my parents' like CD collection,
I feel that counts.
I would say that,
I feel
yeah.
that counts. Okay, great answer. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of the same thing where
Yeah.
I remember, like as a kid,
They're
telling my parents I wanted to
downloading.
buy a Green Day album, and my dad telling me he already had it.
Green Day. And you're like, I've heard this story before.
But probably, I remember like, parents take me to the record store, probably Maggot Brain by
Maggot
Funkadelic.
Brain. Okay, good on your parents. I'm approving of everyone's parents right now. Good job.
Dynamite by Teo Cruz.
Okay.
I did that song for $1.29 at the time
$1.29
Yeah, it was
per
just
song, downloading.
per song.
Amazing. What do you remember the streaming services? I'm not going to name it, but like there was one that was before the eye situation. We're not going to say, but we're just going to say that like we were perusing stuff. So what was like maybe the first genre that you were thinking of that's your own, that's different from your very cool parents showing you cool things? But you're like, what is this? This feels new, and I'm curious, I'm interested.
I think jazz for me probably.
Jazz, okay.
Yeah, that was not like my parents were into like Bruce Springsteen and like Grateful Dead.
Yeah,
and, like,
okay. We're going to be
older stuff,
friends. We're going to be friends.
Yeah, but jazz felt like my own.
All right, we're not going to have enough time to answer this question. Real quick.
Probably emo music.
Emo.
probably metal.
Metal.
Electronic music.
Yes.
Punk.
These are my new friends. 940-808-0700.
Keep it regular, same lens.